feel like if I really wanted to play Vayne though, I would have to play her more times than like when it's the perfect scenario, because I think she's not hard to play, but I think she's like kind of hard. Because the only times I really play her is when it's like the perfect Vayne game. This is like borderline perfect game Vayne game. I think if they had, let's say they had a melee mid instead, it would actually be the perfect Vayne game, but with Orianna obviously it's a little bit harder. But anyways, I only ever really pick her when it's like clearly a Vayne game. And I think if I wanted to be really good at her, I would have to play her more often, because I just think like one game a week or even less than that is not enough to be good at the champion. I think you need to play it daily. It has to be sort of like a muscle memory for you, and I think with Vayne sometimes it's not only Vayne specific, but since we're talking about her, I'll use her as an example. I think sometimes I have to think too much about what I'm doing on the champion when I play her. It doesn't have to be Vayne. It could be anything that I don't play that often. But I feel like when I play something quite frequently, it sort of becomes like muscle memory to play the champion. I don't have to think about anything that is champion related. It's kind of like happening by itself. But when I play something I haven't played for a while or trying something new, I have to think much more about the champion, which way to use the spells, how to position yourself. So it doesn't feel as stage ready in that sense. Because when I'm playing on stage, I don't want to spend a second thinking of how I play Vayne. I want to think only about the game in itself. Sometimes when I have a situation like this, I don't feel like it's as stage ready as something I play daily would be. But it doesn't have to be Vayne, as I said. It can be Twitch. I think Twitch is kind of like in the same category for me, where I never really play him unless the situation is perfect, which means it's like a week, a game a week or a game a month, and then again I'm thinking a lot about how to play the champion rather than what's going on in the game, and I think that just makes it less stage ready. I think I get like a level or two a day, yeah. Probably one per day. So I guess you can count the days on my level. Lars Gaming? Sure, if they pick like four range champs, I can do that. But if they're playing a comp like this with Alistar sets in, no way. I mean, I could go just normal Vars, like Kraken PD Vars, but I'd rather play Lethality Vars, so I'd rather play against range champs than melee champs if I pick him, which is not usually the case in solo queue. Solo queue is like full of everyone trying to be assassin. Very rarely do you see like multiple range champs in a team. Our team, the last game, had 3. Their team had 3. But if there's like, let's say this comp, Lulu, Ivern, AD carry mid, both ranged. Let's just take like Tristana or Orianna from last game, for example, plus Lulu plus Ivern. I think Vars is really good against us because we have shields, I guess, but you can build Serpent's Fang now, and don't really have engage, so he's like not in threat of dying either. And I think that's when he's like at his best. But if you're playing against melee champs, you're always like at the threat of engage, so you can poke as well, and you can die quite easily, I think. I don't think this is a mentality that all players have. I think some players don't give a shit. I think some players don't know how it feels to not think about their champion, maybe. So for them, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. It's probably just up to the player in itself, like that player specifically. I think everyone has their way of seeing these kind of things. I could pick this, I guess. Not much better. What to pick?
I can never resist an invitation to dance.
So, okay, let me think about this. I think for sure some people don't give a shit. So they have their champs they play and they have their champs they don't play, but either way they just pick something. I don't think they care enough for it to matter. I think there's for sure also some players that don't know, or maybe don't want to know how it is to not think about your champion when you're playing the game. Like maybe that's their way of playing League. Maybe they know the champion in and out, but their way of playing League is to focus on themselves only, and their way of playing their champ, and it doesn't matter if they have 500,000 games on one champ or one. Maybe they still just think about their champion rather than the game as a whole. So I think for some it could be irrelevant. So it's probably just up to the player. What do you want to think about when you're playing the game? Do you want to think about your champ? Do you want to think about the game? Do you want to think about both? Do you want to think only about, like, it's probably up to the player how you want to spend the game. I just like when I don't have to think about my champion in the game. I think that's when I'm at my best, when I can focus on everything else. Like I think, for example, Worlds last year, this happened to me where Senna, Jhin and Ashe were so meta, and it was the only thing I ever played, that at some point I don't think I spent a second in the game thinking about my champion. I think it just kind of happened naturally. Like I think, for example, when I made that play against JackeyLove, where I predicted his E-Flash, I think that happened because of this. Because if I was spending time thinking about my champion, I would not be able to make that kind of play. I would be too out of focus for the game in itself. But since I'm so comfortable in my own champion, I can look at him. I can, it's kind of like reaching the next level in a way. For me, at least for me. Again, just for me. I cannot speak for everyone. Just for me now. But I think, I'm at my best when I think that's when I can make plays like that. When I'm so comfortable in my own champion that I don't have to think about it. I think that's when I can make plays like that. I think if I was thinking about my champion, I would not be able to make a play like that. I would, I'd just be looking, like, you play out that situation. You're looking at yourself. You're not looking at them. You're looking at your cooldowns. Like, it's just, it's a different game, I think, when you have that kind of focus versus when you have the other kind of focus. But up to the individual, I think, how you want to play League. Everyone plays differently for sure. I don't think there's anyone that plays the game the same way. Everyone has their own stuff, their own ways of handling everything. I just know for me, when I really, really get comfortable on a champion, that's when I just play the game better. Maybe not the champion better, but the game. Like, let's say you take that Vayne game that I just played, right? Maybe I wouldn't get much better on Vayne, but I'd be so much more comfortable on her that I could look at the game as a whole instead, and then I just play the game, play the champion better because of that, or the game better because of that. Does that make sense? Like, maybe my Vayne is 99% of my capability. I can get it to 100 by playing it over and over, but that 1% won't make much of a difference, right? But the fact that I'm not thinking about my champion anymore and I'm looking at everything else instead will make me play my champion much better and play the game much better. I think that's kind of the change that happens. Because I think if you put me on any AD carry right now, I'm gonna play the champion well, but am I gonna play the game well? Probably like not nearly as well, because I'm just gonna be too focused on what I'm doing rather than what's going on. Jinx game now? Or Aphelios? Jinx or Aphelios? What do we prefer? I think we prefer Jinx, right?
Rules are made to be broken. Like
Anyways,
buildings.
TED Talk over. Let's play some League of Lasagna. Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. Sort of becomes an extension of you, the champion you're playing, not necessarily like you're one. I don't know. It sounds kind of cringe now. I should TED Talk over, but I think it's a good way to put it. Yeah, sort of becomes one, you and the champion, when you're so comfortable playing it. I think I had that at Worlds. Yeah, I think the meta was so defined, you know, like playing Jhin, Senna, Ashe every single day, maybe five games each of each champ every single day. It sort of became me, you know, playing these champs. It was me at some point. That's why I like Worlds and playoffs and stuff so much, because you can, I guess playoffs much less, but Worlds especially, because the patch is the same for like 2 months. You can really, you know, you can really get the most out of the champs you're playing. Playoffs is similar, not the same, but similar. During the LEC as a whole, you know, we have this weekend coming up now. Playing 3 games on 11.11, and then next week we change to 11.12. Week after that 11.12, and then 11.13. So, you know, you have like 3-4 games a patch. You can't really dive into anything. You just play. But for playoffs it gets much better, and for Worlds especially, it's like really can really get the most. I love Worlds. I hope we make it. I hope we make it.
Wait, I'm thinking.
Okay. Jinx. Okay.
All part of the plan I just laid out.
behind us, isn't he? Movement is very sketchy. My bad. 5 seconds later. Oh, he's actually behind us. Wow, surprise. Lost 2 sums for nothing, but that's better than my life. Better than my life.
Let's just behave. Said no one.
Uh-oh. Okay. That's good, they let us farm. I'm so happy.
Fancy Jinx?
First love.
Loser, always ready to cry.
If the melee is going to tower, I'm really happy. Nice. 50 gold short of quiver, which sucks a bit. I don't think it's worth to wait either. Cannot unfortunately sell cookies anymore for 30 gold, so I have to go like this.
She's such a loser.
Always ready to cry. Huh, we don't have flash on me or trash. They have everything. So we're chilling, I think.
I really need to be done.
Hope Nautilus is not ganking my mid laner. Ganking us, but I think doing Krugs is not a bad idea. I'm gonna have to wait anyways.
Ask me if I'm listening.
I just hope we're not getting dove now on this big wave.
That's the best intentions.
An ally has been slain.
Wait, I'm thinking.
I think it's worth tank Kai'Sa be here for this cannon. Might not die anyways, so sadly. I died.
All part of the plan. I'm wearing lots of belts. For no reason at all.
I got a really good base here. I might even... No, I'm not gonna do that. Thinking of rocketing. Let's not do that. Ooh, if I do this wave, I will do it for sure. I'll get really good tempo if I rocket this base now. Let's see where he base. Here maybe? No, I'll have really good tempo. You might even decide to stay. I'm happy either way, I think, because I will get a plate here. If he doesn't, and if he stays, well, that's good. For sure. I can sneak this wave, that would be really poggers. But we can't, right? Oh, most of it. I got all of it. I'm a champ. Let's go. And Kai's ult as well, and plate. And I didn't die. I'm gonna have to open bot now though, because we're ganking top with support, but if I can take these Krugs away. Like, it's kind of smurf, you know, how much I'm taking. Taking Krugs, stole a wave, got a plate. And we got Herald. It's good. Have another pink after this. Cannon, no. Kais has no ult. Ivern was bot. I have like one wave for item. Time to run. Right into the traps. He flashed right into the traps. Might cancel her base again here. I think I might have been late. Nice. Gives me another plate. This rocket. One more plate for me. Sweet. Minion! Yes. I wanna take a plate here.
Destroyed a turret.
Not this is mid, so we can take 2 plates.
An ally has been slain.
Oh yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that. Why did I do that? You cannot do that. Fuck. Well, I'm trolling. Got my place of 3 of them. Just a bit of a... Oops. Try to get my Krugs, I think, and give bot tier 1 here.
Has been slain.
I'll try to steal the Krugs before they go and take them. Actually, good kind of.
I'm wearing lots of belts.
Thing is, I don't mind giving bot tier 1 right now, there are no plays. I'd rather actually get the Krugs. Worth more, I would say.
I'm crazy. You should
Killing spree.
Oh, I didn't even hit the Ivern. I ignore. Okay. I get reset on this tower here. Not super happy though about like getting marked and hooked and stuff. It's no hook now for a long time. No hook, no hook.
An enemy has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Oh, there's just base. Thank you. What kind of farm my PD for a base? Oh. How did I not see him? Okay. Oops. Wait, I must have seen him, right? Because I have a ward here, and I was here. So, he must have just... Sorry. I must have seen him. There's no way he got there otherwise. Seems like it doesn't matter though. We're winning this game anyways.
Come on. What's the
Nice.
An enemy has been slain.
Whatever. Let's just keep shooting.
Shut down.
Hit him, I think.
Stands for Jinx.
Or we do Herald here for free. Not a big fan of going that way. There's a Mega Gnar. Oh, he fucked it up. Powers. I think it's so much fun to play Jinx with Thresh. So much fun. I have so much freedom to do whatever I want.